I do not see why DDG keeps coming and repeating the same thing, because I think people understood it after the first 10 times you said it. However, let us take a moment to listen to this brief tape of him reiterating his statements of India love.
This is not a soft launch or nothing like that. You know, me and India are friends. We do look great together. We do enjoy each other's company. But we are friends, guys. But I say that to say, I understand where y'all coming from. I'm part of the problem why y'all are so parasocial and you guys are, this is not a normal friend pose. I get it. I understand. I think we are parafarming you guys. A few people got cussed out for saying they wanted to post other parasocial things. This is not a soft launch or nothing like that. You know, me and India are friends.
Sincerely, this is the kind of work that DDG undertakes. In my honest view, DDG enjoys coming up here and making assumptions about women. With Haley, we have witnessed him do it. We have witnessed him do it with almost every lady he has content with or who appears on his platform. DDG frequently engages in this behavior. As I have already stated, I will not be overly dependent on India Love, since I believe that she must also take responsibility for this since she allowed it to happen. Furthermore, India was not initially all that interested in DDG. The humor with that is that, however, as I already stated, no one actually asked you this, so I am not sure how many times DDG will come out and address him in India. Okay, and because he had already told everyone this, I believe he could have just kept it between them. We were aware already. Additionally, it gives the impression that you are attempting to avoid making things unpleasant for any future female guests. I understand that he does not want other women to ask him, "Oh, were you with India? We are unable to be who we truly are." I understand that then. However, India must also acknowledge that DDG is not attempting to settle down. Additionally, because they are friends, India will not be upset every time DDG talks to a lady. Even DDG, standing with other women, is not something India wants. You simply do not do that. No ma'am, you do not sleep with friends because of this. Emotions become involved, and India wants more, even though they are friends. However, DDG wants all the women to know that India does not run and that he is free and single. I get that, because as I mentioned before, he keeps coming up here and tells people that, "Oh, me and India, not this." Let us be honest once more. Thus, it also relates to Duke Dennis. First, she desired Duke Dennis. Duke Dennis bent her. Since DDG was all that remained, she was forced to persevere with it. However, DDG must also acknowledge that India creates a certain atmosphere when she is around. India was up there, glancing sideways at the girl while they were at the register on the stream, purchasing and paying for the camping supplies. "Yeah, I want to see you at a show," the girl said. DDG said, "Dude, that is awesome." India, however, was merely staring and rolling her eyes. Now, if you have not already, please go back and watch my earlier recordings, which you all watched when they were in Italy. In Italy, she pulled DDG away from the woman who was standing next to her. In addition, there were a number of other women nearby. That is the problem then. India needs to understand that this is not your man. Additionally, he has repeatedly said in his streams that India and I are not together. My plan is to go to work and collaborate with him. After that, I will stop talking to everyone else, just like the other girls do when they are happy with him. He is not confronted by them. He is not the target of them. They are not out. So that she can show DDG that, look, I know I curved you for Duke, but it does not mean you can kind of play me to the left and carry on saying these folks like, "Oh, we are not together. That is how I get along with India," because it gives the impression that India is lagging behind DDG. Additionally, DDG becomes quite irritated when India is present. You can see that DDG had a distinct vibe when he was with Haley and when he was with India. The problem is that, according to what society tells us, BBL bodies are ideal for all women. India is the one with his nose wide open, as you could expect. It is not India though. Haley Bailey is here. Therefore, I also believe that DDG needs India for the time being, because it is providing content for his streams, which will be operational. DDG is racing to do this forthcoming dating show because of this. However, I believe that DDG still misses Haley in India. Even when he was trolling Haley for a year straight, he was up there trying to make everyone else angry at Haley because he was angry that Haley had moved on with someone else and that Haley was setting boundaries. He will never acknowledge it, but it is obvious that he cannot move on because he cannot get Haley off his mind. He was accustomed to coming and leaving as he wanted in Haley's life. Therefore, he did not like that. DDG became really irate when Haley began establishing those limits. He said, "You know what? I am so angry with you that I'm going to troll you." In the same way that he was telling the guy on live, "I am furious." He said, "Yeah, so we split up and were taking a break, but Haley cheated on me during that break. I was therefore upset about it. I deliberately cheated and reconnected with her. As a result, DDG engages in such behavior and lacks the self-control to keep his mouth shut. To DDG, everything is satisfactory. When DDG reaches a point where he displays his actual snake colors, such as when his skin starts to shed, he will occasionally raise his ugly head. You should definitely follow DDG's streams, since he is really honest. For example, when he says small, obscene things, people find it funny. That is him. Actually, that is him, and people should start focusing on that. I am only telling the truth, not a shade of tea. You know, I am just being honest. And once more, you have to acknowledge that India Love has some influence here and there. She may have had some influence in the past, but India Love is unable to offer the steadiness that Haley did. Additionally, DDG's relationship with Haley Bailey was a major factor in several of his brand deals. Once more, it is like, you know, you have to just be at the moment when you should have enjoyed being with Haley. Since Haley has moved on, now is not the time to grieve what you did to him or what transpired between you and him. Haley is now dating someone. Haley is content. Haley has returned to posting, girl. Look at Haley, girl. Haley is having a great time while on vacation. Haley is enjoying himself. Haley is content. She is surrounded by breathtaking landscapes. This girl has a stunning appearance. I do not care what no one says, girl. As she ought to. Haley is leading the best life possible. This is really lovely. And she noticed that someone had mentioned that it was a meme. Female. Haley Bailey is smart, according to someone, because she arranged for her baby daddy to travel all the way to Italy to watch their son while she and her partner are on vacation. Everyone understands that Haley Bailey has endured a lot with DDG. Thus, it is impossible for people to be angry with her. That man teased the very daylights out of that girl, and you all know that she has gone through hell and high waters with him. She only asked him to assist her with his son and established boundaries. In actuality, it was evident what DDG was doing. All he was doing was trying to hide the truth. She persisted in pleading with him, and the proof found in the court filings is the only reason we know that he was acting immorally. She kept asking him to help her, pleading with him repeatedly. I need your help with your son. Let us arrange this timetable. DDG deliberately made things difficult for her. He is crying now and wants everyone to feel sorry for him because of the issues he brought about in his own life. No, India, you must cease allowing DDG to humiliate you in such a manner. He has no right to come over here and embarrass you the way he does, even though I'm aware that you curved him first for Duke Dennis. Oh, the boy came up here constantly and told everybody that she and I were just buddies. Yes, she and I are merely friends. We know you are only buddies, sweetie. You are going to tell us how often? This is a disaster, so please let me know what you think. Tell me what you all think.